What?
Like, don't stop doing the asshole shuffle and pick one of these goddamn icons. I'm gonna come put my boot all up in your ass.
What icons? On the air.
Good morning, afternoon, day, night.
Whatever it
to
is
all.
where you're at
Right,
your time.
right. Welcome to Horror on Air, where we talk all things horror.
On the fucking air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Today's going to be a fun episode.
it is.
Today, we are talking about the Devil's Rejects trilogy, the Firefly trilogy, Corpses trilogy, Rob Zombie's fucking movies with Captain Spaulding.
Right.
I'm excited about these. I love this trilogy. Well, about 2.5 worth of the three.
Right.
But within reason.
We'll get to it. We'll get
Right.
We'll get to all
So the first movie is House of a Thousand Corpses, for those that don't know, which came out April
that. April 11th,
2003.
which is why we're doing it, because it's about that time.
Next in line will be the Devil's Rejects.
Right.
Third endeavor in this little trilogy right here is Three from Hell, which is nobody's favorite, but all in all,
Yeah,
for what
it's
it's worth, it's still a good movie. So the first movie, House of a Thousand Corpses.
Let's talk about the production a little bit.
All right, yeah, we'll back it up.
So originally, he was making the movie for Universal
Right.
to distribute on the Universal backlot.
Yes. And then he made it.
And then he made it.
And then they watched it.
They watched it, and then they fired him.
Right.
Fucking weird.
Then, fast forward a bunch of years later,
Right.
and voila, Universal hires him to make a House of a Thousand Corpses attraction.
To make money off of the movie that they
Fired him
fucked
for.
up and fired him for.
Gotta love Hollywood.
So they made this in 2000, I believe is what he said.
Yes.
So it was supposed to come out in 2000 or 2001. They ex-nayed it. They fired his ass, and he thought that was kind of it. Like, he thought if it was going to be distributed, he was going to have to end up paying for it.
Right.
Which I'm sure he would have done sooner or later. Until Lionsgate came out.
Yeah, because wasn't he originally thinking about like planning to like take like Zombie back out on tour,
Something like that.
or maybe try to write another studio album or something to try to help fund?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had some things in the works that
right.
he was gonna
produce it one way or the other,
right.
But luckily Lionsgate, came in and fucking saved the day.
Got a theatrical release, which probably helped a lot as far as the popularity of the movie.
Right, and it actually didn't do too terribly bad. They doubled their money.
Yeah,
A little over doubled their money.
yeah.
They had a budget of $7 million, and they made 16.8.
Mm-hmm.
Box office.
Lionsgate came in.
Yep, and they saved the day.
Saved the day. Got a theatrical release in April 11th, 2003.
Mm-hmm.
Instantly became a cult classic. I can't say that it was it was a success financially.
Yeah.
But when I instantly started hearing things about this, I did not go see this movie in the theater. I regret that.
Me too.
But
I could not get a parent to take me.
I immediately
just
started
shy of that magic number to be able to see that in theaters by myself.
right. All my friends that were into horror and stuff, I immediately started hearing from them how great of a movie it was and how awesome it was. And I just like I was I was of the mindset that when you cross over a rock star trying to do a movie, right, and direct a movie, probably isn't going to work out that well. And I kick myself in the ass when I go and see this movie in theater because it is absolutely a great movie.
Fucking A right, it is. Yeah, we're about to get
And
comfy.
everything. Ew.
Fat people problems.
Let's not get any more comfy than that.
Fat people problems.
I don't want to get hard right now.
I love the storyline of Corpses. I love the fact that you get to see, a fat Chris Hardwick. You know, you get to see Dwight Schrute before he's Dwight Schrute.
Right.
He
did a great job in this movie too.
Fuck yeah! Could you imagine if he'd have just pulled a beat out and just fucking beat somebody with it? God damn, that'd have been fucking funny. Fish Boy.
So yeah, this scene was my introduction to Sid Haig. I did not know who Sid Haig was before this movie. This whole movie was character actors, really.
It was, yes.
And fucking great character actors. Like I said, I had never seen Sid Haig before, and immediately fell in love with this character and fell in love with his acting as his character. And it introduced me to so much that and movies that I had seen, but I had never, like, he was a character, he was a side actor, who they never get enough love as it is because a lot of the time their performances they have to dampen down their performances not to steal the show away from the lead actors.
Yeah.
But yeah, between him and Bill Moseley, who I had seen before but didn't know his name or anything before this movie. Rob Zombie got these people in this movie. Tom Tolles he plays the deputy later on with Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
But he got these people who had been character actors for years because he loved and appreciated their work and knew what they were capable of. This was Sid Haig's reintroduction. He thought his career was over.
Houses came about, and he was kind of a household name in the horror community fucking instantly.
Right.
The moment that you heard, well, shit the bed in the fucking title screen,
right.
And he's out there talking to you before you pick play and shit.
Hold it, hold it, hold it. For the love of Jane Russell's big fat horse's ass on toast, stop ringing that goddamn bell. Shit the bed. Well, howdy, folks. Come on in. Well, from the looks of them fancy breeches and sassy little hairdos, y'all ain't from around here, are you?
Everybody fell in love with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I did.
Yeah. Sid Haig does an amazing job. As soon as this movie starts up, Captain Spaulding's Museum of Monsters and Madmen.
Yes.
With the world famous murder ride. I wish this fucking place was somewhere close to me, and was real, because I'd go there and get fucking gas fried chicken
heartbeat
and go through this museum and this murder ride every fucking weekend. Yeah. So you get to go on the murder ride. You actually get to see what it's all about.
Yes, I love that.
And it's essentially idolizing all these serial killers and stuff over the years. And they introduce to you Dr. Satan, which I think is a cool ass. Right. Is a cool ass kind of little, because the other ones were actually based on real.
Right, they were, and then you got Dr. Satan, who was the fictional.
He was the construct for the movie.
Local folklore,
right?
Of the community.
I like how with Captain Spaulding, you don't immediately know if he's a bad guy.
Right. The role of Captain Spaulding is a great side character role, because it's like you're watching its own little mini movie,
right,
inside of another movie.
And that's why I say you don't know if Captain Spaulding's bad or not yet, because they're talking about, well, where's this tree at? I want to go see this tree. And he's like, why the fuck do you want to go? Blah blah blah. You want to here? I'll draw you a fucking map. Go this way. Go this way. Get the fuck out of here. Bye. Take some
Right.
fucking chicken. And that's like, it's not like he's trying. It doesn't seem like he's pointing him in the direction of, hey, go over here. My family's going to kidnap you and fucking mutilate.
Exactly.
And when the cops come in there to ask questions about these missing kids, he tells them the absolute fucking truth.
Yep.
Yeah, they came in here wanting to see the fucking Dr. Satan tree, and I fucking drew them a map and sent it. And they're like, all right, well, draw me the map. And he draws them the fucking map, and that's it.
Yep.
So you almost feel like he's just a side character that unknowingly sent these kids into a fucking
plot twist.
Right. And even at the end of the fucking movie, after all this shit's gone on, Otis has fucking made Dwight into Rick Wilson into Fish Boy, and like all of them are pretty much taken out by the end, and the whole Dr. Satan stuff, like that's where it took a turn, because it was almost very Texas Chainsaw Massacre-esque, without Bubba and his chainsaw, but like kind of the family fucked up family
right
dynamic, and then this underground stuff starts happening, and it takes a really weird fucking turn, which
it does.
Maybe that might have been a turning point for some people. They did. I thought it was fucking amazing, because I wasn't expecting any more than we would get.
Right. It just kept unfolding and unfolding and unfolding and unfolding, and it was like, holy fuck, how much farther can it go?
You were like, how far into hell can we really climb at this point?
Right.
And he gets you right to the cusp, and then delivers you back to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And this one girl has gotten away, and she's running, and here comes a fucking Cadillac with Captain Spaulding driving. And he's like, God damn, what's wrong with you? What happened to you? Blah, blah. Come on, I'm going to get you some help. Get in here. You still don't, he doesn't show that evil right on up to the fucking credits. You see Otis sit up out of the back seat behind her. And you might think, well, shit, are they working together? Or did fucking Otis sneak in his goddamn back seat? Like, you're still not sure if unless you saw the sequel before you saw the first one.
Right, because it isn't until Devil's Rejects that you actually find the true, Captain Spaulding,
the lineage. Their family.
Yeah.
Their family.
But
he's at least he's baby's dad.
Yeah. So in hindsight, you have all the people, Rainn Wilson and Chris Hardwick and their significant others, going on this little road trip to random hole in the wall fucking places and shit. But there's also there's so much unraveling in this movie. There's the missing cheerleaders.
Right.
That you see little snippets of, throughout about the first half of the movie.
Right.
You know what happened to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you see the finished result when the old man opens up that shed. There's their bodies are laying all over the place, and yeah.
And then
now when Otis catches them in the backyard, I know that's a scene you love because of the attention to detail.
I do. The attention to detail in it. So he gets caught and he gets dropped to his knees, with, the pistol execution style. If you shoot somebody and that round makes contact with bone, it changes its directory. You are not going to shoot a man in the forehead and have it go directly out the back.
Most of the time.
How? And then you see that fucking bullet trajectory go off to the side.
You see, you see that pop in the sand or dirt.
Right.
That's not directly behind where it,
and the fact that somebody, whether it was Rob Zombie himself or whoever
or somebody
originally
told him,
thought of
"Hey,
it, right?
this is what would actually happen."
The fact that Rob Zombie had the know-how to either think of it himself or hear it and go, "Fuck yeah, we need to do that,"
Mm-hmm.
blows my mind.
I remember people complaining, like, "Well, that part was kind of stupid."
No, it was fucking real.
It's actually like,
It's
yeah,
fucking real. The little attention to details that are sprinkled
mm-hmm.
throughout that movie. In the opening scene, when the would-be robber comes into Captain Spaulding's robbers, yeah, excuse me, and he pops the fucking round off, and then sheetrock falls down on him. Shit like that. That whole movie, is just ridiculous. All the way down to the nitty gritties of everything. I mean, there are a few things that are a little fluffed up,
Oh yeah,
but it makes it fun. It keeps you on your toes a little bit. There's probably really not a Dr. Satan in some kind of underground layer,
right.
with weird little
Then again, there could
experiments.
be.
There could be. The man in the corduroy pants might have been Dr. Satan.
One thing I really liked, and you get with a lot of the visuals and stuff, and like the fast changes to like all of a sudden you're watching like a home video looking thing,
Yes.
and then right back you get a lot of hints of like his music videos and stuff.
Yeah.
From the time and before that time,
all the way from White
but
Zombie
I
to
fucking loved the whole the old man with the shotgun. And he's just sitting there talking all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like it served no purpose whatsoever in the movie.
No, it didn't.
But it fit in the movie somehow.
Right. And I love the home movie aspect portions of it too, when you have like, Otis doing his Run Rabbit rant.
Right.
Ain't nothing but nothing. Y'all run like scary little rabbits. Run, rabbit, run. Run, rabbit. Run, rabbit. Run, rabbit. Run, rabbit, run.
That's fun.
And that's just like, maybe Grandpa Hugo was sitting there with a camcorder,
right,
letting him go on about his art and all the things that piss him off in the world and stuff.
Exactly.
It looked like something you see in a documentary about actual serial killers,
It fucking does. Yeah, that might have been the fucking goal behind that shit.
Maybe.
Make it look like some kind of 60 Minutes bullshit.
Right. Welcome back to WPKV Action News 13. I'm Craig Berghoff.
And I'm Charles Swanson. Great to have you back.
I'm here because my brother got fired for attacking this asshole for using an Australian accent.
That wasn't me. I do believe that was Ben Jerkinoff.
Swear to God, if you do that with me, I'll stab you in the throat.
Easy, killer.
I am here with a second asshole because I got attacked by a bull because I was wearing a red coat. And I'm going to read the news, and then I want my Frank. Starting out with the news. Pluto TV's halfway to Halloween celebration, April Ghouls. How original. Is still ongoing, streaming classics like An American Werewolf in London, The Monster Squad, and Friday the 13th, Part 2. Why specifically that one? Oh no.
It's probably because the first one didn't have Jason Voorhees in it, but for the last couple of seconds.
Thanks for that insight.
Anytime. Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive gets a Walmart exclusive Blu-ray digital steelbook.
Tapioca.
Steelbook? Why would anybody want a book made of steel? Anywho, the release from Vestron Video Collector Series by Lionsgate. You can pick your copy up of this gem May the 30th.
As far as birthdays go,
Jane Hodder's from Friday the 13th 7 through 10. How does a child play Jason Voorhees? 7 to, and we don't even know what birthday is. Is it his 7th birthday or his 10th birthday? Either who, he's from the Hatchet franchise also. On top of that, you have Fred Decker, director of the Monster Squad and Night of the Creeps. Tom Noonan, Monster Squad and Manhunter, and William Sadler of Demon Knight and The Mist.
It's just Demon Knight.
There's a K in there.
It's silent.
It's Knight.
I hope y'all are going to bleep some of this shit out, because I'm way too popped up on pain pills. Film celebrating an anniversary this week. House of Wax, 1953.
Like a candle store.
The Howling, 1981. Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, 1984.
Pretty sure we've seen Jason in movies past 1984, so I don't know how that could be the final one. I swear to God.
Critters, 1986.
You know, I had a Brillo pad under my sink the other night that kind of looked like one of those critters.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. 1987. I need a gun and one bullet. Frailty, 2002. House of a Thousand Corpses, 2003.
I want to know who counted them all. Hey, Craig?
Not you. Definitely not you.
Well, that's why I'm asking the question.
Shaun of the Dead, 2004.
Signing off, I'm Charles Schwanson.
Get my f***ing pudding!
Eric Berghoff.
Craig Berghoff.
Whatever.
When I get well, I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
But then we go into Devil's Rejects.
Right.
And Devil's Rejects is a fucking blast.
Yes.
Because there's the two categories for those two movies. It's, you know, they're both horror movies. One's more fun than the other. So if you want to watch fun, watch Corpses. I would recommend you watch all of them. Yeah, but if you want to watch the more sinister, serious, you know, movie, watch Rejects. The only real funny shit that happens in Rejects is the fact that Brian Posehn is in that movie, and you know the random lines that you know Captain Spaulding says, you know, periodically, because that's almost his role in Rejects is your comic relief,
right?
To an extent, and even the comic relief is sinister, like the whole, you know, when he punches the kid's fucking mom before he hijacks the vehicle,
right?
You know, does the whole, you know, don't you like clowns? Aren't we fucking funny?
Which that was Linda from Halloween, by the way.
That was, yes.
She was in Carrie also, so she's kind of a
little character actor kind of thing. Yeah, but then he just straight tells the kid that he's gonna kill his whole fucking family. You know, like funny but sinister.
Very sinister. The biggest change I notice is the character dynamic, not with each other, but with the audience. I don't know if you pick up on it, but in the first one, in House of a Thousand Corpses, you are meant to be afraid of these people,
right?
And they're almost anti-heroes. Come Devil's Rejects, you almost are on the along for the ride with them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We all became ride or die.
Right.
when it comes to the Firefly family.
Yeah, just like even watching the shit that they do to the people that Banjo and
whoever.
Banjo, that band.
Right.
Which I want a fucking t-shirt. I want that band t-shirt. I bet you they got them on TeePublic. I'm gonna fucking look it up.
Fuck yeah.
But
no sponsorship there. We just like TeePublic.
TeePublic has some cool fucking shirts. Sorry. But yeah, like even watching what they do to those people and the hell they put them through, it's still like, I'm with the bad guys this time.
Right. Yeah, we just skinned a man and put his skin on his wife.
Right.
But fuck yeah, I'm for it.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a very sinister movie, but like that whole change to where it's no longer about being afraid of them. You're following along in their journey of escaping and not getting
Right. And then, goddamn, we get to the fucking end, and Freebird plays, and you are almost crying.
Where's my lighter? I need a lighter.
Freebird! Because people are fucking getting shot, and I thought that was it.
I would have sworn to you because it did. It wrapped it up in such a nice little package.
It did, and I know that as soon as Rejects ended, there was thought process for a third to make it a full trilogy.
Right.
Why it didn't happen, as soon as as close together as Corpses and Rejects was, because there was like 05 to fucking when Three from Hell come out. That was about 4 years ago.
That was 2019. So
Yeah, 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
It's a big long jump.
Yeah.
And
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, how you doing? Welcome to Killer B Video Rental. How can I help you?
Wah, 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 wah.
Jack Frost?
Wah, wah.
That Jack Frost.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't have that one. Michael Keaton? Yeah, nah. We do, however, have this one right here. Okay? It's still Jack Frost, and it's still good. Think of it as a Winter Wonderland version of Child's Play.
Oh shit, man! I forgot he was there, dude.
He's been there since 1973.
Yeah, I know, but man, I forgot. Sorry.
Bless it. Takes place in the fictional town of Snowminton. Right. B-movie. Hey, dum-dum.
What, man?
Isn't it Canada?
I don't fucking know, man. But they're gonna play hide the carrot.
We'll let you figure that one out on its own. Okay, serial killer Jack Frost is getting transported to his final execution place, and when their van collides with a giant chemical truck. Go figure, right? Then Jack's body dissolves into nothing in an awesome 1990s way, and then voila, you have Jack Frost, the serial killer snowman. It is an absolute blast. You're not going to be disappointed with this version of Jack Frost. I can promise you.
before we even get started on Three from Hell, we know that it didn't hold up to the first two.
Right.
There's good reasons behind it.
I think everybody involved in making it knew, because Sid was he was just too sick to do the movie.
The man, he was older than dirt. He was sickly. But he was still, even when he was, as sickly as his was, I mean, hell, we met him,
Yep.
what, a month?
Yeah, a month after we met him, he passed away.
And he was getting in costume and doing photo shoots and shaking hands and,
Absolutely.
just going fucking bananas. And
For charity.
Yeah, for charity. This charity.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's their slogan. I fight real monsters.
Right.
Scares that care. They used to do a convention weekend every year in Williamsburg, which isn't that far away from us.
Right.
And we both got to go that year.
Yeah.
So thankful. Between the highlights were meeting Sid Haig and meeting Kane Hodder. Both of them were fucking amazing people, cool to hang out with and talk to. Sid was too sick to do the third movie, and they had been talking about doing it, and it just got to that point where he realized he couldn't do it, and he told Rob Zombie, "I'm not going to be able to do this whole movie. I just don't have the strength."
Right.
So that kind of forced.
So you got the one scene that you got.
Right.
And even Rob Zombie's going on record with telling you that, for everything that Sid Haig had going on at that time, that he still went out there and gave it 110 fucking %. the character of Captain Spaulding in general is great, and I love that was one of the main characters that stayed true to that original form
Yeah.
through all three.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's only in the third a very small bit because of his unfortunate passing.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes or so.
Right. But just the speech that he gave, I'm just a clown dancing for the fucking man.
Right.
Fuck
boy,
yeah.
Boy, I ought to slap the shit out of you.
Right.
And that guy looks fucking terrified when
Fuck
he
yeah,
says
he
that
does.
shit.
But he, all the other ones kind of matured, blossomed a little bit. If you look at the character development of, Otis,
Right.
Otis is very Chop Top-esque.
Yeah, there's a lot more of that kind of,
right.
spastic.
We might have done acid in the 70s and not come back yet.
Right.
Type thing. And by Devil's Rejects, the character of Otis is just a lot more fucking sinister.
Yeah.
And a lot more of I am here to fuck your world up. Baby
does she has some adjustments too.
Right.
She's very
she doesn't do the fucking stupid ass laugh.
Right.
Really anymore after the first. She doesn't lip sync anymore.
The second one, the first one, she's very
she's very playful,
very childlike in the way she does things.
Right.
And when you get to Devil's Rejects, she's like that adolescent going into adulthood phase.
Right.
You can almost watch. And she's like growing up.
She still gets goofy a little bit. There's the Tutti fucking Fruity,
right?
Line where they want to go get fucking ice cream,
right?
But she grows up big time. And in Three from Hell, she's kind of like the co-ringleader.
She's fucking insane as shit.
Yeah,
Three from Hell. Otis, in comparison to Baby in that movie, like Otis is going, God damn. You fucking lost it. Like, and he's been that character up until
right.
Then.
We're
like, fuck, I thought I was crazy.
We're in bad form if Otis is the voice of reason.
and he pretty much was in that movie. Like,
right, there were plenty of times where he was, like, hey, why don't you settle down?
Right. Dee Wallace.
Yes.
Dee Wallace plays one of the guards in this prison where Baby is, and in the third one, and that's. Do you remember this scene where Baby goes in for parole hearing, and is batshit fucking crazy and everything, and they're like, "Yeah, you're not getting paroled." So they get up to go and walk out, and she headbutts Dee Wallace and breaks her fucking nose. Which watching it is one of those like, oh shit,
right?
Like,
it makes your eyes water,
right? But then her payback was she went and got her out of solitary confinement and walked her down into this area of the prison where these two other inmates were waiting to kill her. And Dee Wallace walks away long enough and hears all the scrapping and everything, and then goes back. And
once it's all quieted down,
and Baby has murdered the fuck out of these other two inmates
in a very terrifying fashion.
Right.
What you could assume is based on the carnage that you see.
Yeah.
Full Kerouac mode. That was roundhouse kicks and cartwheels all over the fucking place.
But at one point, while she's in one of the cells, she's looking through the air vent, and there's some kind of stage show going on with a person in a cat outfit, and she's talking to the little kitty, and they let you know pretty quick, like she's fucking
right. We have gone full blown. We, the jury, find the defendant crazy.
Right. She was crazy before because she was part of this family that did this shit.
Right.
But she had completely fucking lost it, and every time they think they're going to get away with something. That she's gonna fuck something up and she's gonna murder the shit out of somebody in broad daylight or something, which she does. And there's a lady in the lawn, and with holding up a knife, blood covering her, deadlit chick under her. She looks at the old lady and waves, and the old lady's like,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, she's off her fucking rocker for this entire movie.
And that makes it fun.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and that's the thing. It's fun for the same reason, watching a John Wick movie's fun.
Right.
How many fucking times does John Wick have to go fucking bananas? We don't give a shit because it's fun to watch.
Right.
And that was pretty much the purpose of Three from Hell. It was, you knew shit was gonna go bonkers.
Right.
And it was just gonna be strapped down and enjoy the fucking ride.
And the Richard Brake plays I don't remember his name, but he was like the Midnight Wolfman or something like that is what his nickname was. But he's the one that broke Otis out, and then together they got took the warden's family and friends hostage and got him to get baby out. But the dynamic between Otis or I guess I'd just say Bill Moseley and Richard Brake and their characters is awesome. Before they even get there and they're in the woods, the couple is out with hunting gear and shit, and they capture Richard Brake taking a nap, and they stand him up, and he's sitting there talking about his wife's titties and all this stuff, and all of a sudden, fucking Otis blows the guy's brains out all over his wife's face, and I mean, like, fucking brutal. But talk about the back and forth between them two. And then they're in the hotel room later on. They're talking about Richard Brake is like, yeah, we ought to make them adult movies and all this shit. We'll go to Mexico and make titty movies and fucking. It's funny as shit.
It is.
And then fucking baby comes back from murdering Aaron Burr. The fucking. Oh, I can't think of his name right now. I follow him on TikTok. He's fucking funny. Played Roach in People Under the Stairs.
Yeah.
He was in Twister. He was the Aaron Burr guy from the Got Milk commercial. Sean something. Another character actor. Fucking.
I understand running away to Mexico. Every cliche escapee.
Right.
In every escapee type movie has escaped to Mexico. No one goes to Canada. I think it's because their milk comes in a bag and nobody wants to be about that life.
I didn't know that. I'll never visit now. You get the reintroduction of Danny Trejo in this one. The character that he was in Devil's Rejects of the mercenaries that the sheriff guy had hired.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up in the prison work crew that Otis is in and doesn't recognize Otis.
Right.
And Otis tells him, "You don't remember me, do you?" And he's like, "Fucking supposed to? No." And then there's actual supposed to be TV footage of Danny Trejo sitting there, and he goes up and I fucking told you, get you for and fucking blows his brains out. But supposedly Danny Trejo's son, not Danny Trejo's real, the character's son, is the leader of this big gang in Mexico, and the little shithead that runs the hotel calls him up and fucking tells him, I gotta know where some people are that you want, motherfucker, and makes a deal to get money. Well, that didn't work out so good for him, and it doesn't work out good for any of the fucking gang either.
No.
Especially with the help of the little dude. I don't know who that guy, I don't know what his name is or anything, but the little dude who, like, I say little dude, it's probably really inconsiderate. Like, he's a little person. The little guy, who him and baby, get to be friends and everything, like him helping out, and I think he gets killed, which sucks. But his character's cool as shit. It gets down to just Otis and the leader of the gang, kind of duking it out. But they murk some motherfuckers in that movie.
Body count definitely surpasses the two previous.
Yeah, but
quickly.
But again, throughout that one, it's still like you're along for the ride with
Mhm.
them. You're
It
not
is.
afraid of them because you're part of their crew. You're in it for the long
Yep, you're
haul.
the ride or die now.
And then after that, it's whatever ending you think they should have. You know, you don't get to see any more of them, but I don't think you're going to get any more of these movies either. So
I wouldn't think so. I would at this point. I would almost be upset slightly, like if we got
yeah, I don't think
a
there's any
fourth
more
installment.
story.
I don't think there is.
I think
And in all
it's
honesty,
retirement, whether that be something happens later and they die,
right? And
2 weeks later, or they just retire and quiet in their life. I don't know.
right, and I almost am in favor for there wasn't enough there story wise to even make a third one from the get go. I personally think the story should have ended. At the end of Rejects with him going
I
out
feel
fucking
like
John Wayne mode.
I feel like that would have been a cleaner ending, but we don't know what he had planned
Well,
involving Sid being in
right.
movie two.
I'm just
So
saying, out, even, with Sid Haig passing as not even a variable,
right,
I think that move, that it should have just been the two. It should have been Corpses and Rejects and fucking called it done.
right,
When I heard that they were coming out from, with Three from Hell, like, and this was even before Sid passes, when the talk first started, popping up on, forums and everything like that, it was like, fucking, I really don't know how you're gonna top going out blaze of glory, you know,
and he did.
Freebird.
He didn't top it. He
No,
didn't top it,
but
but he made a good movie.
he did. For what it's worth, it is a good movie. I would recommend all three, and they're a whole lot more fun if you watch them in chronological order. And
Real quick, you got a Klingon hanging out of your left
Yeah.
nostril.
Sheds left. That's right.
Yeah. I think you got it. But it was like, and I was like, do something. All in all, like you said, watch them. They're great. The first one's fantastic. The second one, I think, is an absolute fucking masterpiece.
Yes.
Uh,
Everything about that second was cool.
and the third one, it's not what we wanted, but it's a good enough follow up. It's better than a lot of sequels. So that is our
Completely weird, off the wall cuff of those three fucking movies.
something.
I hope you could follow it. I hope it made sense in a weird way.
We know most of what we say is just kind of us bullshitting, and
verbal diarrhea.
Right, you're just catching the scraps that you might be able to understand. And
We have extreme difficulty finishing thought processes
without starting a whole new thought in the middle of the process. I believe there's a medical condition. Maybe we have. I don't know.
Probably so. Yeah, if you eat fiber, take stool softeners. I forget my cup someday.
Will that keep me from bleeding every time I shit?
Now, thanks to the man in the corduroy pants, that's going to happen a lot more in life.
For you.
For me.
Jesus Christ. I hear him. He's coming.
Swish.
Get the lights on. Little Dick Wick, play with his prick.
Don't
the smell just make you sick.